Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kyusho here, and now, before we do begin, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a number of things have happened. Now, we had Izuku, who he showed the captured classmates of 1A exactly what he was going to do. Now, the classmates were all told, he's going to give one of them a trial. If they pass this trial, they will all go free. However, if the person fails, there will be a penalty game. Now, Kodo is told quite simply, what he needs to do is eat his rabbit. If he eats it, they'll all go free, alive, and he will turn himself into the police. Now, Kodo was alarmed by this, and he failed his trial. Now, Izuku, he was quite aware that Koda, he wouldn't be able to do this. In fact, he was more surprised. Koda actually debated it. It wasn't a no. So that does show that he does care about people. Now, Deku, he had Momo turn into a Nomu. Because of who she is and her status, turning her into a Nomu, it would show the heroes exactly how bad things are. However, that's not the worst of it. Denki was put through electroshock torture. His brain was fried, and he is also being turned into a Nomu. As for Koda, though, he was eaten alive by ants. Deku used his own quirk against him. Deku, he also took the quirk of Momo, and he also took Kirishima's quirk. Speaking of Kirishima, he was hurt very badly. Deku made him believe that his entire body was engulfed in flames. Before Deku, he sent Bakugo's family Kirishima's head, and other parts in the mail. Now, with that being said, there actually was Momo. Momo awoke a few days later. She was confused and she was scared. And, well, she was told what was going on. Enjoy her meal and speak with him. He has a lot to tell her. Now, Momo, she was disgusted. Deku tricked her into eating Tokoyami. And well, Mina, she's the only one who went back to the heroes. And saying that she went back alive is very generous. The heroes found her, and she was hysterical. You can tell that whatever she's gone through in the last couple of days, it's left her mentally unwell and traumatized. Now, with that being said, after Bakugo's family received Kirishima's head in the mail, a lot started to happen. UA was in the process of being shut down, and trying to protect the students and the families. But right now they want to put a lot more restrictions on the students. Because whatever psycho is doing this to these kids, who's basically sending them back to the heroes, not together or even alive, then the League of Villains, they really are stepping up their game. They're trying to show that UA, they can't even protect their own. And that's what does disturb them. Mina isn't someone they can get answers from. I mean, anytime they try and get words out of her, she derails. She's so scatterbrained. It's hard to say with her. Now, we do currently have Deku. He does have plans. And right now he does have another target. However, right now, he does decide to go visit one of his friends, Mina, who he's so happy is alive. Now, when Deku does arrive at the hospital with Ochako, there actually is a few other class members. Now, there is Jiro and there is Ida, and there actually is Bakugo. However, Bakugo, he is a lot more shaken up. Right now, well, what's going on with him, it's getting worse. These strange visions are coming back, these strange hallucinations, but they're different now. Bakugo, he no longer sees Deku as a villain, a threat even. And right now, Bakugo, he's seeing the monsters. Now, Izuku currently does stand there. As right now Mina, she is looking down, as she actually is in a hospital bed. And right now Jiro and Ochako, they actually are trying to talk to her. See how she's doing. And there actually is Bakugo. Bakugo, he's still concerned. And whenever he does try to talk to Mina, Mina, she does look at him. But whenever she does try to open her mouth to say something, all that comes out is pure gibberish. And Bakugo, he's understandably confused. But there actually is Mina, who whenever she does go to directly look back up towards Ochako, there actually is where Deku just stand there. And Mina, she does stare at him. Now, Deku does look directly at Mina, and tell her mentally, trying just to stare at him won't work. Look out the window. Now, Mina will go to turn her head more, and do so. As right now there actually is there is nothing out the window. However, there actually is Ida. Ida, he does stand there looking out the window. And, well, he's just disgusted by everything. Everything going on. I mean, seriously, all of it's so messed up. I mean, UA had to shut down. They're still being held on school property, on the premises, and they're trying to give them restrictions. The students are having trouble. But even then, trying to give them a curfew, trying to keep them safe, Ayama was attacked at his own home. And, well, the students were attacked at school. So, what can the heroes really do? If the villains want to come for them, they'll come. And that's currently what is going through Ida's mind. And Deku, he actually has turned and stand up. Him walking over and putting a hand on Ida's shoulder. As Ida does go to turn his head and look directly at Deku. And Deku does tell him, don't give up. What? Now, I will go to turn and look directly at Deku. And Deku does turn to everybody. Right now the villains, what they're doing, it's messed up. What the villains are doing is trying to break them. They need to stay strong and stay together. They are stronger when they are together. Right now the villains are trying to break them up. If they do that, things will be bad. They will win. They can't allow them to break their spirits. Now, Deku does say that. And right now Ida does look directly at him and somewhat smile, telling Deku thank you. Now, Ida does go to look back outside. And right now he actually is worried. His brother is hunting down the hero killer. Stain? That's something that's happening. He's worried though. How are things gonna go? If his brother, if Ingenium, he's, well, taken out by him, how will things be? He will be the only one left who can do things. He'll be the only one in his family that can actually take on and keep the legacy going. I mean, his brother, if he does get hurt, he'll get back up onto his feet and run. He'll go after Stain, right? I mean, maybe it won't be that bad. Maybe he'll be okay. He needs backup, though. He can't face Stain alone. Now, Deku, he does have some plans with that. And right now there actually is where he does look towards everybody. And Bakugo, he actually does start to look around the room. Something doesn't feel right. And right now Bakugo, he does look towards everybody, informing all of them that he does have to go. And he does look towards Mina, before bringing his hand up and telling her, listen, he's gonna be here again soon. He'll try to come tomorrow if they allow him. But right now, she needs to get her mind sorted. She needs to tell them what happened. Amina immediately does turn to Bakugo, and her eyes do say everything. There's fear there. There's terror. There's, well, a look of helplessness. Amina, she's screaming at Bakugo, screaming the words in her own head. It is all Izuku's fault. He is the mastermind. He is the villain. He is the monster. He's the one making their friends into monsters. Now, obviously things do look bad. And Bakugo, he does something to look down and away from Mina. As Mina, she does start to have tears forming in her eyes. Now, Bakugo would stand up and walk away. As Remy does walk out of the room, he actually is going down the corridor a bit fast. And right now, directly in front of him, he does see Kirishima. He's just floating there as a head. And he actually is trying to question Bakugo, asking him if he really does feel all that regret about not keeping his friend alive, about thinking that he could handle the situation with the Nomu. If he does feel regret about letting his friends be kidnapped and killed. What about Mina, though? I mean, Bakugo knows how Kirishima felt towards Mina. He trusted him with that secret, right? He had a crush on her? Yeah. Mina was all nice and pretty. She always seemed to be the optimist. She always had that glee in her eyes. Now, Bakugo, when he does get in the elevator, he actually just turned and punched the wall, telling it to shut the fuck up. Now, Bakugo, he actually just pulls his hand back. And after seeing that he did dent the wall, whenever the doors do open, he does run out and away. And right now, they're actually just back in the hospital room. Everybody, they need to get back to UA. The train, it's going to, well, be at the station soon. And the next available one won't be for, what, another hour? Maybe 2? But then again, they could probably just walk back to UA, but the teachers don't want them doing that. They need it to stay visible. Be in places with tons of people, where pros can see them at all times. They need to check in every hour. If they don't, police will go to their last known locations. Now, that is what things are currently at. And right now there actually is where Ochako and Ida, they are going to go leave. And Deku currently does sit there with Mina. Now, Deku is trying to talk to Mina. And he actually is trying to get her to pay attention to him. And Mina, yeah. She is just staring at the TV. And right now there actually is Jiro. Jiro doesn't want to stay behind. I mean, maybe some music can help Mina. I mean, going back to UA and getting some disc, maybe some of her records, that could probably help her out. Keep her calm, keep her stable. But right now, she's not too sure. And there actually is where Deku, him and Jiro do stay behind. Now, Jiro actually just sit there. And right now, she actually is thinking about how Mina is. Mina, she's... well, she'd help if she could, right? But what the villains did to her was bad. They took away a lot. They murdered their friends, and that fucking Nomo. It almost took her quirk away. But what about her other ear? If it gets taken, would she be quirkless? Would there even be a way around it? And that's currently what she is going about. That's currently what's going through her mind. If she loses her other ear, what will happen? Will she have to drop out of UA? Will she not be a student anymore? And at that point, it's just the fear. Now, Deku, he does feel it in her mind. The sense of dread. The sense of fear. I mean, just making her quirkless. Everything she's worked for and dreamed for about being a hero, down the drain. And right now, Jiro just sit there thinking about it. Right now, she's debating it. Dropping out of UA to stay safe. Stay alive. I mean, would the villain still come after her? Is she marked as a target? But if she drops out, then she's no longer a UA student. The villain the villain would win by technicality, but she'd go with her life. Now, they're gonna stare directly at Jiro, and right now he actually is a bit surprised. He would have expected that from somebody else. Ochako, maybe. Giving up? Her? No. That isn't how this game is played. Now, Deku does look directly at Jiro and ask her if she is okay. Hmm? Yeah, sorry, I'm fine. It's just, I'm a bit worried, is all. About Mina? Hmm? No, no, no. Not about her. Well, yes, I am worried a lot about her. I mean, just look at her. Now, Deku does look towards Mina, and right now she does just stare blankly at the TV. As she's trying to figure something out, she needs to get her message across. But how? How can she do that? And right now she actually is looking at the screen, trying to figure out what to do, what to say. Now, Deku, he does look back towards Jiro. And Jiro, she stares back at him. Okay, I can understand what you're worried about. I mean, if they wanted to kill her, she'd be dead. You're worried about what they might do to us. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But it draws so many more questions, though, than answers. I mean, they kidnapped us. They kidnapped certain students at the USJ. But even then, they could have killed all of us. But they didn't. This is a game. Really. Yes. I don't know. It's just, it's the best way to view it. The villains know they can kill us, but they want to take their time. I think they're trying to get All Might to resign, maybe, but they haven't made demands. So you're saying that this is some sort of play? Maybe. I don't know. It's just all weird, you know? Now, Jiro, she actually bring her hand up, and Deku does watch what she does do. As I know, she actually just bring her hand up and grab her earphone, starting to somewhat mess with it and fidget with it in her hand. And Deku just tell her, he is sorry. Hmm? At you, I could have stopped it. The Nomu. Me and Kirishima, we could have stopped it. It's not your fault. It is my fault, actually. Hmm? The Nomu. When it attacked me and Kirishima, I sent it into a nosedive. Kirishima and they smashed onto the ground. I got sent flying and he got knocked out, harmed. I don't remember everything clearly, but then there was Hojiro, and then there was Toru. I wish the two ran. I just remember I just remember hearing this sound and then trying to get back up. I'm sorry. Denki, do you think they're still alive? I hope so. But do you think that they'd be better off dead, though? I don't know. If that's what they're trying to do, then why not just send us the rest of their bodies? I don't know. But honestly, it's disturbing. Yeah, you're right about that. Now, Mina just stared directly at Jiro, and right now Jiro doesn't go to turn her head, asking her what's wrong. And Mina does go to open her mouth, letting out another stream of gibberish. And right now, Jiro does sit there. She feels bad. I mean, look at her. She's practically. Oh, God. Now, Jiro does gonna stand up. And right now, she actually is gonna make her way out of the room, feeling a bit overwhelmed. And Deku, he actually is gonna stand up. Him turning and smiling directly at Mina, telling her he hopes that she has a very sweet set of dreams. Now, Mina does bring her hand up, and right now whenever she is going to reach out towards Izuku, she can't move. And right now Deku, he does going to walk away. And Mina, she screams. A silent scream that no one else can hear. Now, Deku does follow Jiro, and the two do make their way out of the hospital. Now, Jiro currently is walking back to UA. And right now Deku does try to tell her about exactly how this is a bad idea. But Jiro, she doesn't listen. She talks about how she just wants to clear her head. And right now, if she does get in trouble or written up, who cares? They're not even taking school courses anymore. Right now, they're just worried about their safety. So she'll do this because she can. Now, Deku, he does actually walk with her. And he does understand. And he actually does admit to her that he can get it. He studied the mind before. His quirk allows him to do that. Mess with people's heads. He gets what she's going through. The villains are messing with their heads. This is a way for her to take back the control. Not give them control over this action. Does she get it? Now, Jiro actually is walking with Deku. And she actually is listening to what he does say. He is making sense. She's doing this to get back control, blow off steam. Yeah, that does make sense. But shut up. Now, Deku and Jiro, they do walk past an area. And right now, Jiro, she actually does go from looking at Deku as he's talking to turning her head. As right now, she does see Momo? Her turning and walking into an alleyway. And Deku does turn, calling out for Jiro. And right now, Deku, he does gotta follow her. As right now, Jiro, she does try to follow this ghost. Illusion? Now, Deku, he does chase Jiro. And Jiro, she does try to give chase to this thing. It looks like Momo. That was Momo. She saw her. She saw her. Now, whenever Deku does catch up to Jiro, she's already ran through the alleyway. And right now, Deku does try to chase her down until he actually does finally catch her. And whenever he does, there actually is one Momo. She isn't there. And Jiro, she does lay there, trying to fight against Deku, who does have her pinned. Her shouting out about how she saw Momo. She saw her. She was right there. Now, Jiro does look at the spot where she was. Where did she go? Now, she does turn and shout at Deku. Deku let her get away. He saw her, didn't he? He saw her. She must have ran. They still have time to... Deku bringing his hands up and telling her, there was no one there. Now, she does stare at Deku. And Deku, he does tell her, there was no one there. Whatever she saw wasn't there. It was a trick of the light, a figment of her imagination, or a way of trying to just deal with it. If Momo was there, he would have seen her. They both would have seen her. Yes, it could have been Momo. It could have been her. But look at the ground. Now, she does do that. And right now, after looking at a puddle, she does look at the footsteps that do follow. hers and then Deku's. And Deku does sit there, him still restraining her as he is going to let her go, telling Jiro he's sorry. She just, sorry, sorry. I don't, what's going on? I don't know. Listen, that could have been a trap. A trap? I'm just saying, whatever's going on here, we don't know. And Jiro, if that was real to you, then I'm worried. What? There might be a villain who can mess with people's heads. But that doesn't make sense, but... Wait. You're saying that they have a quirk like yours? What? You're saying that they have a quirk like yours? Their quirk works like yours? Jiro, listen. I don't know what you're talking about. Jiro does try to go off on Deku, telling him he has telepathy, doesn't he? He has fucking the powers to read your mind, the powers to control people, doesn't he? Now, Jiro, she's letting out this aggression on Deku. However, she is all correct. Some of these powers Deku does have. And right now, Deku, he does go step forwards, telling Jiro she needs to calm down. The villains, they might be messing with her head. Are you serious? No. No. Whatever's going on, that was real. I saw it. You, look into my head. Look into my head. Do it. It was real, wasn't it? Now, Deku does go to do so, bringing his hands up onto her face. And right now, Deku does stare at her for a second. And Jiro, she does stare at him, as Deku does tell her, it wasn't real. What? It wasn't real. There's nothing here. Now, Jiro's confused. And right now Deku would pull her into a hug. And right now Jiro, she does try to think. She saw Momo. But her face. The look on her face. I mean, the way she was dressed. It was different. And her body. Her arms. Now, Jiro just started to tear up. And right now she just collapsed. UA, the chance at becoming a big-time hero, it's falling apart. The entire dream is falling apart. UA is falling apart. Her mind, is it falling apart? Everything else around her is, and the chances of becoming a pro, they've been cut in half with her power. Now, they could just hold on to Jiro. And right now she does cry. As Deku, he actually does help her get back to UA. Now, with that being said, we do actually have later, where Deku, he currently does stand in front of a tube. And he does ask the doctor, does he have any word on Momo? And the doctor does turn, informing Deku, Momo is still incomplete. What he's done so far is get her mostly prepared. And well, right now if Deku does want to give her her debut, he can do that. But if he does so now, the process, it will be paused, or more than likely just disabled. And well, he'll have to put her through a new set of trials in order to make her the high end that he does want her to be. Now, Deku does stare at the tube, and right now he does think. Momo does appear to have already taken on monstrous characteristics, but she still does look relatively the same. The only thing he wants to remain the same, though, is her face. He wants them to know that it's her. And right now he does tell the doctor. She still is a Nomu, however, correct? Technically, yes. However, these trials, I've never performed them on a living subject. mainly just the deceased. In fact, she might be a better Nomu. Mid-tier, if not second tier. That's closer, though. Hmm. Interesting. So you're saying that I can debut her, and then make her a high-end? You could, yes. But I'll leave that to you. You know already what to do. I've told you what to do. However, if you do interfere with my process right now, I will leave that solely up to you. It'll be your burden, not mine. And the master, he'll make you deal with things if they go wrong. I will not have my process interrupted just to have to pick up the slack on it again, because you wish to show off a little bit. The master might like your actions, but I don't. I won't play by what you say. Now, Deku does look towards the doctor and inform him. All for One likes what he does. If he does demand something, and All for One does like the idea, and he does want it to happen, the doctor is supposed to make it happen. He listens to All for One, and All for One, he does like where Deku does go to, where he does want to be creative. So, the doctor needs to understand. All for One likes what he does say. And right now he does want the doctor to release her. Now, the doctor would go to do so. And right now there actually is one of the tube, it is drained. And Momo, she currently does sit there as she actually is on the ground. Her knees and her hands, they both feel wet. And right now there is one where she does start to take a breath. She's not sure where she is. And right now Deku would bend down. And whenever he does go to bring something up to her neck, he actually does go to put it on and, well, bring a latch up, connecting it. And he actually does have his hand on her chin, him actually angling upwards as she does staircase his face, seeing his smile. Hello, Momo. Izuku. Correct. It's so good to see you again. Now, will you listen to me, or will you feel the pain? Do you want to feel the pain? Now, Momo does stare at him, and right now she does try to think about what's going on through her mind. As the moment those memories, they do, well, fully feel conscious in her head, she just stares back up at Deku, and she stays silent. And Deku does tell her, is she going to listen to him? Will she be loyal to him? Or will she live with the pain and memories? Will she listen, or will she disobey? Now, Momo, she does sit there. And right now she does just go to stare directly at Deku as she does go to get onto her feet whenever Deku does stand up. Now, Momo doesn't say a word. And Deku would turn, informing her. Right now, they need to go. They need to show the world exactly who she is, what she is now. And well, he's so glad he finally got a pet. His mother wouldn't let him have a dog, or a cat. But then again, this is the next best thing. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.